Hey there everybody, Seattle Forge here, and I've got a bit of a double header, and I'm also playing with my headset, which seems to have a loose wire. I'm going to run you a couple KV-1s games past you. So, if you follow the channel, or happen to be one of my clanmates, who's mostly who watches these videos, we like to run a tier 4 or a tier 5, a few of those to kind of get warmed up, because we're all old, and get into the game, and KV-1s is one of my favorites. It's fairly quick. It bounces a few things, and it has this stupid gun on it. And my buddy Walt, Golf Dude 3 over there, he has 2 stars in his barrel, and I'm determined to get there as well. So, might have a bit of heat loaded. So, one of the things I decided to do, since both of these games are romps, is just kind of show off some of the strengths of the tank when you actually push. Now, of course, this is a tier 5 and 4 game, so, you know, I'm in the top end. It's only +1. So, you know, I'm not shooting at tier 7 heavies or anything like that, so the heat should work out just fine. And it does have a beautiful heat round. I believe it's 140 pen. It's disgusting. So here we are on Cliff, and we're down by 2 tanks, and Walt and I take the corner as heavies should, and I decide to go on the low side, and Walt is going to be the anvil while I'm going to be the hammer, hopefully, and hopefully they haven't lined up some TDs back here, or there are 2 SPGs pointing at this space. But you know, you just gotta hope for luck. See the tree fall over there on the left, and we got our Churchill 3, which isn't very challenging when you're in the KV-1s, and I just decided to auto-lock, and this is a mistake, of course. Just decided to auto-lock and see how far I have to go before my gun pokes up, and I also spot this T-28 over there. Now the angle's too extreme, and I bounce my heat off the side of the Churchill 3, which is stupid. But I decided to take out this T-28, who's not even looking at me, and just get that gun out of the game. T-28 is a soft, squishy, but fast target that has a disgustingly good gun for its tier. And there's the artillery shot I was worried about. And now we just hit our first aid kit, and we can put away the Churchill 3 as well. So now we notice it's 6-4 in our favor. And we've only removed a couple tanks. I'm going to take a tag from this T-40 getting behind this rock. Damn it. And I'm down with less than half my hit points. But do a little third-party shooting on the T-40 there, and we noticed that the artillery was taken out as well. Nice work. Our Covenanter Otto von Bismarck tanks took him out. Now, I didn't really want to see this KV-222, because if he's actually looking at me, it can be dicey, actually getting some of the shots in. Well, I take out that well with my heat round. Remember, if a heat round runs into absolutely anything, it will detonate and not go anywhere. But he's got his turret turned around. He's got the strong part of his hull towards me. He's got a tier 7 heavy hull, so you don't even bother shooting at that. Not even with your HE rounds. So now he's squarely looking at me, but he takes one in the back of the head, and he decides to push up. And I bounce one because he turns his turret at the last second. How's Walt doing? I got 2 kills. Walt's got 1 kill. But it looks like I'm going to get the fun part of the target. And Walt has to eat some shots. That's a shame. It's 10-5, so the team is running away. Yeah, no problem, Walt. I'll wait. Rude. Alright, just gonna have a sip of my tea while the action comes to a close. At this point, I believe I'm pretty much done. And the team is mopping up. What do you think of the speed of the game these days? I mean, there aren't too many new tanks here. I mean, when we're looking at these lower tiers, we're not seeing, you know, a huge movement into different types of tanks. So, were low tier games always this quick? Look how long it takes to aim, but I finally land one in there, get my 340. And the Covenanter puts away the T-28, F-30, T-28E, F-30. Did everyone get that tank, I think? Nice gun, once again, T-28. Didn't they bump it up, gave it a really nice gun and bumped it up a tier? It's kind of disgusting. Alright, I'm not going to get a shot there. And Walt is piling in. I can just hope that Walt's going to get slapped around by the artillery. Come on, shoot Walt. Shoot Walt. Give me your hit points. Alright. That's the end of that one, so let's take a look at the post-game stats. Well, this game's only a second-class badge, despite 1,726 damage, 228 assisted. I did get a high caliber and a bond or something. Yeah, 3 original spots. That's kind of fun. And there were really no extraordinary crits. You know, I did take out a loader and a track on the KV-222. Usually I expect to see much more happening on the inside of the tank. I really did run away with the damage on this one. 726 is much better than the next best on both teams, which is 960. So good for me. And thank goodness for the 50,000 from the reward mission, 50,000 credits from the reward mission, which meant that I came up with a profit of just under 50K. Didn't make as many penetrations in this game as I would have liked. So 9 shots, 8 hits, 5 penetrations. Just not good enough to offset those heat costs. All right, so here we are in the second half of our doubleheader, and we are on Highway. I don't know why I always forget the name of this map. Isn't it called North America in the game files? I think that's why. All those maps with 2 names kind of give me a little trouble. Anyway, we're doing what heavy tanks are typically supposed to do, which is head over into the town. You cross this big open space. Generally, you're unmolested, especially at lower tiers like this. And once again, we got that same matchmaking where we're top tier, and there's tier 4s below us. Poor guys. Like this M37 coming up. Be one of the gang. Be one of the big kids coming over here. Help us out in the town, maybe. I don't know. But my buddy Grizz and I, we're pushing up here. And both of us only have 1 star on our barrels. So we're working on it. Now, you'll see in this romp, things are actually a little bit more competitive. Grizz and I are actually competing for damage and kills in this one. And that made it pretty exciting in its own right. It's not only exciting to kind of get a nice win, but it's also pretty exciting when your platoon mate and you are chewing up the enemy and trying to see who can eat the most this buffet. Well, I've got my stretchy buffet pants on. Don't see anyone, don't see anyone, don't see anyone. And actually, the P-38NA is one of the best scout tanks in the game for its tier, but you can't drive like that in front of this gun. But just as a tip, it has ridiculous camo ratings and actually has really good vision for its tier. So if you're looking for a scouty scout, that's not a bad way to go. And I tried to detect with my ass, and maybe I did a little bit, but put one into the belly of the T1 Heavy. 351? That seems unfair. Of course, I ate P-38, Panzer 38 NA, all 340 hit points. But then he goes sideways to me? Is he mental? Alright, so we're going to play Tap and Tickle. Grizz and I are going to play Tap and Tickle with the opposing KV-1s, who's apparently a Jedi. So I was actually getting pretty worried because, Jedis and tanks, Jedis are pretty formidable. I take the snapshot there, not wanting to take one back. I wasn't sure what gun he had at this point. And, if he's going to be slinging HE, I can get kind of wrecked up a little bit. I already took one from the T1 Heavy, and I have a game to play. It is 3-2. I only have a little tiny piece, so he's using this cover pretty well. I snap one at him. Nowhere even in the neighborhood. Alright, I'm up on 2 kills. Grizz has nothing. Just nothing. And I snap it. Miss. And I have to use my repair kit, or that Tyran, who's firing gold rounds, is going to go through my... keep me permatracked, and I don't need that nonsense, so I wait. I think this DW2 is going to come out, and I was rewarded. But I only used HE at this point, because I thought I was going to be firing at the KV-1s and didn't think I was going to get away with heat. And Grizz Amorax, the DW2. It's beautiful. I think I'm going to go after this Tyran, but I didn't realize he's backed out the back way. He's escaped out the back way. So then I decide I'm going to go back after this KV-1s. So he's a Jedi, so I got to be careful. But he's looking the other way. But he uses the Force, and he brings his gun to bear, and I snap one off, hoping I would get it in before he takes a shot and possibly penetrates me. And it worked. It worked. I hit him. you know, a little luck with the RNG. All right, I am up to 3 kills. Grizz is on 2. I'm up to 1,174 damage that I know of. I haven't taken any blind shots, so that's exactly how much damage I have. I have managed to bounce a few shots as well, 490. That's pretty nice, and I do have a little bit of assistance. I don't know how. I don't know. But it's 9-4. This is a rump. We have completely kicked ass in the city, and our teammates over on the other side of the map have actually fended off the push. If it ever came, I didn't really pay attention. And here I think, haha, I've got an easy kill here. I've switched back to heat, which went into the dirt below the tank, and of course just dissipates. If it was HE, there might have been a splash. And then I get all cheeky, and I think maybe I'll have a shot in here, but no. Grizz gets his second ammo rack of the game, putting away the T-67, which is a very formidable tank that was playing in a very stupid way. And that artillery shell, I don't know my tracer's on, but I do think that it actually came over here from this dip. And I look at my little circles, and I'm like, I should be seeing those guys by now. Oh, there we go. So that guy must have a camo net. Epic camo credit. Grizz! Takes the kill. Steals my kill. Now, we also noticed that we're up on 3 kills each, so it's like, stay alive, get brothers in arms. But then Grizz steals my kill, so it's 5-4-3. It's 4-3. I am spotted, so there's somebody down in the dip here with me. And there he is behind that bush. It's the birch gun, and hopefully Grizz isn't looking at him. And I get the kill. Ha ha ha! It's 4-4. And there's 2 TDs left. The Chinese TD, which looks like he's about to melt. Just Grizz, don't let Grizz have him. And the M8A1, little American Javi. And where is he going to be? And he's been spotted. And he's starting to melt. And Grizz takes him. So, nice brothers in arms. Pretty good game. Decent damage. Could have been better. Alright, let's have a look at the post-game stats. So, despite the much lower win 8 on this one, etc., it ended up being a much lower damage. Ended up being a first class and BIA and a high caliber on this one. So, 13 to 64 damage. Much more assistance, 447. And a lot more bounces. I guess maybe that might have added into things as well. Quite a few bounces on this compared to the previous game. But once again, much more competitive on damage. Grizz and I are only apart by 16? Yeah, 16 damage. That's it. He did get another kill than me, but I did get way more experience. Like, way more. Way more. But I also made much more of my shots and actually switched to HE quite a bit more, which meant that I offset the costs, which means that this would have been profitable even without that, you know, first win reward mission of 50,000 credits. So I would have come out with a little over 10,000 in profit on that first game. So the lesson learned is fire heat, but make your shots.